This share is dedicated to all of our brothers and sisters who have suffered because of an artificially constructed narrative about who we are as a people, that we're the worst. When you watch the following, you're going to know that's not true. And you're also going to know you need my book. I love you, family. Peace and blessings, family. Sister Ajali. I want to credit Paul Mobley, who is a white anti-nuker, who did an excellent analysis on this segment right here. I'm going to play this because this is for educational purposes. And I appreciate any anti-nuker, anybody who's going to tell the truth. I ain't mad at you. Okay, I'm mad at the devil. If you're not the devil, then I mean you nothing but good. And so I don't have the volume on this, but what Paul Mobley highlighted in this share is a video of a person who was driving through Fukushima, and you can see right at the outset of Fukushima, and he has the map on the side there, the sieverts, microsieverts of radiation is not low, but it's not extraordinarily high. It doesn't matter though, because even one atom of radiation, if you're eating it, is going to cause harm. That's just like saying if somebody stabs you 7 times, maybe you'll make it or maybe you won't, but it's still harm, isn't it? And more than likely, after time, depending on where they stab you, there you go. Well, the same exact thing from radiation, only each of those stabs happens 1,440 times every single day, and it never stops, because that is what one atom of radiation emits in gamma waves, in particles, and then it causes exterior damage in terms of radicalizing the O2 molecules in your body. Oxygen in its inert stable form is got 2 atoms fused together. But when you got a pinging from a force that separates those 2, then you have oxidation, where it's just one atom hanging out there, and it's so volatile, it goes pinging all around the place. Hydrogen peroxide per oxide, that's one atom of oxygen that then kills all bacteria. It's incredible, it's wonderful, but if that's happening in your body on a constant basis, it's not just pinging on things that are bad, it's pinging on everything. And so radiation consumed is a whole nother level. Microsieverts, 1 microsievert, according to the folks who lie and are in the middle of killing off the whole planet, is considered the level of safety when you're taking in, and this is on a per hour basis, how much radiation your body on the outside will be exposed to. So to be driving through and it's at 100, and it just steadily keeps going up, and he's going directly through Fukushima. And as Paul Mobley explained, there's a certain section where when he gets on up to there, and let me go on here, it's at that much radiation, and he shows that where he suddenly went through, he went over this bridge, it was surrounded by these 1-ton bags that you can't see them as you're driving through, but that dosimeter, that's not a Geiger counter, it's a dosimeter, surely detected all of the radioactivity that was just pummeling from off of these 1-ton bags. That you can't keep radiation stored in a daggone plastic baggie. You can't keep it stored anywhere, really. So let's put this in context as quickly as I can. Little result from decontamination efforts at nearly 12,900 sites near Fukushima plant. That means it's just as radioactive as it was, and this is an article from 2021. Trust, they haven't gotten rid of the radiation whatsoever. It's in these friggin' bags that are still there. While in the meantime, just last year, I repeat, the FDA responds to Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power facility incident. They will no longer be issuing alerts for anything coming in from that highly radioactive area. And just in case you think this ain't hitting the farmlands, temporary radioactive soil storage sites hinder Fukushima farmers. In this article, it states that slightly over 90% of those temporary storage sites lie on farmland. I'm like, what? If you Google pictures of these storage bags, they got like millions of them at this point. You're not going to see them right next to rice paddies, which they are. And speaking of rice that's being shipped to Africa from Japan, that was another video that they took down with my old channel. I still got the video, but I'm just saying, this is a drive by genocide, okay? Japan donates 2,030,000 kilogram bags of rice to Liberia. They're donating it to multiple African nations. While at the same time, Japanese people and the whole country of Japan, because it's a reflection of the people, are one of the cheapest nations out there. Here's a color-coded map of the most and least charitable nations on the planet. And you can easily see that Japan, the colors light green. China seems to be the cheapest one of all. But right here, Japan is cheap. They don't give nothing to nobody. But they sure are giving that rice. And where you think it's being grown in? Someplace where it would be less contaminated, or they could just give it away for free and make sure they take our whole populations with some radioactive Fukushima rice. And so I posted a photo the other day saying, what weapons do we have? When you look at our enemy, oh my goodness, so many of us just tremble with fear. Getting the truth out about how they have killed. First, the Pacific Ocean and all the other oceans are being affected by the same contamination because radiation never stays in one place. When you got something deadly on an atom basis, it doesn't stay in one place. And so a brother asked me where the photo came from. And it turns out it comes from Tucumán, Chile. And this photo was taken in, I do believe, 2018. Here they say the level of oxygen in all ocean waters is falling, with 2% to 77 billion tons being lost since 1950. Now, I just need to emphasize, I know there's a lot more toxins out there than radiation. But 1950, what were they doing? Nuclear test bombs and opening up one nuclear power plant after another. Okay? I'm just saying. This is something that the whole world is going to be upset about. And not just me. The whole world has been beguiled by Satan himself. And that is the way we are all vulnerable, because they're shipping that damn contaminated produce in multiple methods that they are not going to tell a soul about right to our plates. I mean, look at these homes back here. I don't know if anybody's in them. But they don't even care about their own. I did other shares where I talked about how governmental leaders in Japan were saying elderly should volunteer to go to Fukushima and clean up. I wonder how many of the people who put together these bags are just, they gone. I know they gone. And again, the overwhelming majority of the radiation hit the United States. It didn't hit even as toxically in Fukushima as it hit the West Coast and the whole Pacific Ocean. And then it went on to, it's been circling this whole globe so many times around. It's not even funny. So I need to just put it home. Radiation gets inside your food. When it's in your body, ain't no road out of town unless you know the different remedies to chelate that stuff out. So here is just a report on a study. This is in my imagination. Fukushima produced honey exceeds radioactive cesium standards. South Korea worries about food safety in Japan. Everybody's worried about food safety, except for those places where they have deliberately made us ignorant about radiation. And that is on purpose, because anybody who knows the truth about it, that is paid by the unentitled snakes of America or Europe or whatever on pain of death. You take that chance if you actually tell people the truth. Ain't no scientists gonna be telling us what I share with you, right? And so Fukushima produced honey exceeds radioactive cesium standards. Cesium causes heart attacks. Now they're allowing all that food on into the unentitled snakes of America. They got this massive CMOS campaign just for Black us. They're expanding it a little bit. But I'm just like, you still selling CMOS? You are beguiled by your drive-by genocider. Okay? All right. I'm going to have to leave a link in the pinned comment to my King's Instagram account, because this is so much fun to hear the music that he chose. And on YouTube, you can't highlight that. But he has his own holistic essential oil deodorant. And this stuff it's the science of natural is so damning to these liars that they do their best to minimalize it, to defame it in their movies, where, oh my, the movies they put out full of crap. Oh my God. The new Whitney Houston biopic. Oh my goodness. Anyway, and I'll never watch it. But yeah, the ingredients in here stop those odors from happening for you. And it's all natural, and you support real Black soldiers. And because if you support my king, you support me too. Okay, that's just a fact. But I love this. This is so much fun that I had to highlight it. You will also find at his website, 25,000yearcycle.org, all my products and all of his products and guidance on how to eat correctly. Because one of the factors of taking in radiation is it will definitely be absorbed if you're eating a denutrified diet. Your body will not recognize the difference between radioactive iodine and regular iodine. And it'll absorb that, and there goes your thyroid. Okay? So just go. Do not hesitate. What I'm sharing is it's intense. I'm like, how did I wind up with this? But it is what it is, and I'll keep doing what I do. But I can't save you if you don't want to be saved, right? All right. I love your family. We need our food tested right now so that when we engage in straight Black family pride, we're here forever.